Hello, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit more about grief. Since it's the area that I focus on most with my clients, I want to make sure that you understand what grief means. Grief and loss from the grief recovery process is actually similar terms used to define any situation that has a conflicting emotion associated. So imagine if you have, and I know I have, ever watched chronic illness. If you see someone who's going through chronic illness, you will suddenly recognize that if they pass away, there is a huge sadness about their loss. The losing of someone who has been going through some sort of health condition for even a short time or a long time is definitely heartbreaking. And then on top of that, there's also a conflicting emotion of there's a relief, especially with chronic illness. There's this relief of not seeing a person or feeling a person struggle and suffer. So that happens very commonly with chronic illness. It also happens in different situations. And I want to make sure that you know that grief can be defined in really happy situations too. So let's say someone is getting married. Someone's getting married. It's such an exciting time many times. And in that time, there's also the background awareness of a little bit of sadness of a loss of independence, a loss of doing one's own things at one's own time in one's own way. So there is a blending, there's a joyful blending of two people oftentimes. And there's also a little bit of awareness of, oh, I don't like, even if it's only, I like to keep my toothbrush over here and they like to keep the toothbrushes over here. So now I will adapt. And even simple things like that are two different feelings. I'm happy to be living with this person, but this is what I have to change. And of course, in life and death, there's definitely those two experiences too. So, two experiences, two feelings, two emotions, two conflicting. So, let's say there's a lot of students that were really excited about going to university. And they're so excited in this year, they can't go to university for many schools that are closed this year. Many universities have closed, many are doing online programs. And so, all the excitement about maybe meeting new people or being in a new environment has shifted. So there's a little bit of sadness as much as there's an excitement about starting a new program. So there's so many grief related experiences that people are feeling every single day. Today, you might be excited about, oh, I'm so excited about the meal I'm going to make for our family tonight. And at the background of your mind, you might be really disappointed with, I have no idea what I'm going to make tomorrow, or I'm really sorry about the meal I made yesterday, or lunch isn't great, but I know dinner will be great. So, those conflicting feelings about any one situation are defined as grief or loss in grief recovery. Now you know how to define grief or loss from this perspective. And maybe through the day, you can pay attention to what kind of things are happening in your life that you notice this conflicting emotion with. Let's say you're really happy to be home because you're home and you love your home. And then there's another part of you that's really sick of being home because all you see are the things that need to be cleaned up. So that's a conflicting emotion, and that's going to be a part of grief in your system. Once you have an acceptance and an acknowledgement of this, it's a very big step to take in terms of making sure that grief experiences don't build up in your body. As they build up in the body, from what I've seen with clients, it often results in weakened immune systems and certainly concerns with heart and brain health. So today, pay mindful attention to what is it that you think or feel about the different experiences that you're doing through your day. See how many different sources of grief might be in your picture and recognize that you're actually shifting by even having an awareness of this is what I'm feeling. This grief or loss is because I was really happy about this, but I'm really not happy about this aspect of the same thing. So see what you come up with, and I hope that you have fun doing this process because really understanding your own life experience is actually quite a joyful experience. It's not to criticize or judge yourself. It's just to be able to look at and say, wow, this is all of the stuff that I deal with on a regular basis. And I'm getting through it just fine because now I'm putting an awareness on it. I'm going to be continuing to share with you some ideas about grief and grief recovery in my future videos. But for now, I hope that you will remember to at least try to practice this and pay attention to what's happening both within you and around you, and how are your thoughts and processes about what your experiences are like. I'm looking forward to speaking to you next time, and I've decided that I am going to change my tagline for my videos to a simple thought, because transforming the mind and transforming your life, I love to encourage, and I'm sure you're going to hear that again. But I want to make sure that you also know that sometimes it takes something very simple to shift us into something very good. So I'm going to use something that you might have learned in childhood. Turn that frown upside down. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.